Oh, my microphone. Rush to the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe. It's one of those days, Friday, end of the week, and just mental. Everything's mentally busy at the moment. But it is the world famous Hammers Headlines and Association with the KUMB.com boys. Don't forget to check them out in the description below. Obviously, tomorrow, game day, we'll have all the pre-match stuff. We'll have, I think Anton's doing the watch along as well. And then hopefully a successful, please, review show afterwards. Myself and Stephen from Babylon Irons are on Sky Sports today talking about Potter. I'm pottering with a thread, as I was saying, with a thread. And that was quite a good chat with JB Thread as well. So we'll probably put that out on our socials a little bit later on. So check that out. Also, while I have you here, I want to talk about one of our new channel sponsors. Obviously, we have Match Bingo for the game days, but our good friends at Premier Sports Prints. Do you want your dog to wear a 𝗡𝗨𝗡𝗢 𝗧𝗟𝗡𝗢 sheet? You know what I mean. Guys at Premier Sports, official license of West Ham. Loads of stuff. We'll be having some stuff for giveaways and things like that. Lovely company. One of their main things is getting your dog to wear a West Ham shirt. There's Bella in the 92-93 kit at the old Upton Park as well. So you can do that and check that. We'll put a link in the description, but there'll be a lot more coming out from our friends at Premier Sports Prints, and we'll be putting together some prizes and stuff, and probably a special promo code for you lovely people. So let's talk news and let's talk Crystal Palace. Now, we know Crystal Palace, by all accounts, according to reports out there, is the game. Potter loses. Now, they didn't say how badly, but if we lose badly, he's gone. That's what we're led to believe. And the club, according to reports, have been sounding out people. We spoke about Slaven Bilic yesterday, who, we spoke to people very close to the Bilic camp, and they were very forthright and saying, look, job's there. He wants to put his name in the app. So is what it is. But a number of others have been sort of coming to the forefront. And one of them, which hasn't gone away, is Nuno. Oh, I pressed the wrong button again. Oh, I'm not in the mood today. I'm not in it today. Is Nuno Espirito Santos. According to Talk Sport, was it? I can't remember who it was. There we go. As soon as I say according to Talk Sport, people will switch off. But according not just to Talk Sport, but other media sources out there, the vice chairman, Baroness Brady, has met, apparently, with Nuno Espirito Santo and his representatives about replacing Graham Potter. We know fans are going to be lining the streets leading up to the director's entrance in protest ahead of the game against Crystal Palace. And we know there's been a vote of no confidence in the ownership from the fans' advisory board and the Independent Supporters Fund. And many feel, I think, that Potter is a symptom rather than the cause of West Ham's ills. And that's what I spoke about Sky Sports today, a squad that was brought together far too late, in my opinion. But according to reports, they have suggested that Mrs. Brady, Lady Brady, has met with Espirito Santo to discuss taking over West Ham. Now, what is interesting is what Nuno brings with him, and that would be Jorge Mendes, his super agent friend, and that was something which was discussed, I believe, in the meeting with Nuno, and I find it quite ironic, actually, if this is true, because we're led to believe that Potter was a name which was championed internally by Baroness Brady, and now they seem to be doing that. Now, we know that one of the reasons Nuno left Forest early this month was a falling out with Mariakis, partly over player transfers. Obviously, Edu now is director of football across the Mariakis-owned clubs, and that was one of the reasons why that decision was made by Forest to get rid of Nuno. That could have a huge say on whether West Ham push ahead with Nuno, not from a fan perspective, but from a board perspective. In all honesty, the fact is Nuno likes to use his own people for signings, which includes Jorge Mendes. We know that Sullivan tends to prefer to deal with a small group of agents, 𝗡𝗨𝗡𝗢, for example, and that could have a real impact potentially. I think. I mean, for Nuno, he'll be under no shortage of offers at all. And it'd be interesting to see if Sullivan and Brady relieve a level of control over recruitment should Nuno insist on Mendes having a bigger say in the transfers in West Ham. I don't think that will happen personally, but we'll see what happens. Elsewhere, a completely different thing. Another manager has entered the fray a little bit more, and he's a 𝗡𝗨𝗡𝗢 client, and that is former West Ham player, former Bournemouth, Wolves manager Gary O'Neill. He has apparently expressed an interest in taking the West Ham gig as well, which is interesting. It's been reported by Miguel Delaney via the Telegraph that Sullivan appears to be covering all corners when it comes to looking at targeting managers with top flight experience, but obviously top flight experience who aren't currently managing a club. And we know that Gary O'Neill played for the club for 2 years, helped promotion back to the Premier League via the playoffs in that at Wembley. It would be a cheaper route. Let's be honest. He will command a lesser fee from a salary perspective than Nuno, for example. I would very much doubt that Nuno would be on the same money that Gary O'Neill would have been on. And this is why one of the reasons why I'm not happy with Potterball at the moment. Yes, I sort of made the point that I was sort of pottering, but I was probably more pottering than potter out because I'm looking at this list and the likes of Gary O'Neill and stuff. I'm just worried that, who we're going to bring in next. Do you know what I mean? And we'd want someone to come in. I'd want someone to come in who's currently managing because they're already heads in the game and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Rather than being out of the game for a number. We spoke about Roger Schmidt and stuff like that. And these guys, they've been out of the game for a couple of years now. I mean, Nuno, granted, has only just been out of the game for like a couple of weeks. But someone like Gary, Sean Dyche. And then we get a firefighter in. And that resets the clock again, doesn't it, really? It's a new setup. It's a new regime. It's a new bunch of players he has to deal with. And it's about bringing in his own players. And then we're probably another 2 years down the line before we have this cycle again. And I don't know what's the best course of action. I'll be honest. Do I think we'll go down? No, I don't think we'll go down. Actually, if you look in the bottom three now, is us and Aston Villa in there. Do you think Aston Villa are going to go down despite the fact of where they are in the league so far? I don't think so. And I think we have got enough in the tank. In the same way, I think we probably had enough in the tank under Lopetegui to stay up, in all honesty. You've got to think the results didn't really improve dramatically when Potter took over. And we're going to get into a situation, I think, again, where if we flip again, we've had that's 3 months, 3 managers in 18 months. That doesn't help anything in terms of progression. Doesn't help anything from the kids as well in terms of the progression. Doesn't help anything in terms of the new players. We've spent £60 million on 2 midfielders, which hopefully we'll be able to utilise tomorrow for the first time. Check out the starting 11 show to give you my views on that. And I'm just not overwhelmed with the list, And I think this probably stems back to a poor decision made with Lopetegui. When we got rid of Moyes, there was a real opportunity. Myself and Slough were talking on Sky Sports today, and one name that he mentioned, which is the game guy we wanted, was Stefan Hoynes from Stuttgart. Now, he would have been perfect to be brought in that time, but he wasn't. We went for Lopetegui, and that put us down this. The decision of bringing in Potter was as a factor of bringing in the wrong man after David Moyes, in my eyes, but hey ho. Anyway, on lighter notes, if you don't want to cheer on the first team, you don't want to go to any of the first team games, granted, support the academy. Support the boys. Under 21s have got a double header of home matches at Rush Green this weekend, this Friday, today, 7 o'clock UK time. Get yourself down to Rush Green, £5 for adults, £1 for kids. Free for season ticket holders. You have no excuse if you're a season ticket holder to get your ass down here and support the boys. Cheer them on. Any money that's raised in ticket money goes into the academy. So you're supporting the academy by turning up. Get your ass down there. We're playing Birmingham under 21s. If you can't make that one, next Friday, you've got over a week to plan it. Brighton Hove Albion under 21s. You see the likes of my boy Edge, Colin Beckers will be playing. You know, you see Ezra Mayers, you see the likes of, you might see one of the two of the Pathway boys, maybe. You might see a 𝗔𝗟𝗞𝗦 while he's still trying to get back to fitness potentially. You will definitely see Mamadou Kante, Preston Fearon. Go and see the boys, cheer them on. And you're close to the pitch. It's a really good atmosphere. And, you know, it's a nice day. Enjoy it. It's probably the last day of summer. So you might as well enjoy watching some football. Why not? And until next time, my friends, don't forget to check out neesonmybrand.com for latest news, reviews, and opinions. Don't forget to check out everything we promote, because it all helps us out. Obviously, Match Bingo, but also our friends at Premier Sports as well. We'll be talking about these guys a lot, because we'll be having some really nice bits which we'll use as prizes and show you what you can do and what you can get for them. So until next time, my friends, see you later, potatoes.